Okay, I'm kind of mad at myself for getting yet another Midoriya, but this one I feel okay with, because I don't really have this outfit, technically, and it's different, it's new. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder, am I? From Banpresto's My Hero statue line, specifically their new Bravegraph subline, this is Midoriya. And if you're questioning what is Bravegraph, well, it's a made-up word. But the idea of the line is basically, you know how in superhero movies where you see like Peter Parker or Clark Kent walking down the sidewalk and then there's a big explosion and then they turn around and run and they like rip their clothes off and the costumes underneath? I think that's the basic idea here, is that it's supposed to be like they're gearing up while on the move. I've seen that they've done a Todoroki and a Bakugo. I think there's a new Uraraka that they're working on. I could be super wrong. The only one that I've seen and grabbed so far is the Midoriya, because Midoriya is favorite. But yeah, I love the general idea of this. Even though it's not really a scene that you would have gone from the show or manga, it makes sense that they would have to do this potentially. It's a great idea for a new statue. As always, Banpresto just knocks it out of the park with the likeness. That is a perfect head sculpt for Midoriya. And they do my favorite trick for his hair, which is, they just put the black plastic as hair and then they dry brush the green on top. It always looks so good from every angle. And I kind of wish that everyone would just rip that style off. Other people have tried different methods of getting Midoriya's hairstyle in 3D, and none of the rest really work for me. Speaking of, I love the detail of the All Might scarf kind of flowing behind him as he runs. It's a great hit of color on his kind of drab uniform, and like I said, it's something that makes him unique from, say, the other, school uniform Midoriyas, him being in this pose, having the gauntlet, and having the scarf. Speaking of the gauntlet, I think it's really cool, and I thought, oh, it's weird that it's super huge right here, and then I realized it's all balled up. He's rolling it over his arm, which is why it's so thick right here. I think that's a great attention to detail, even if it took me a moment to catch up. And then otherwise, it's a pretty standard body. They did remember the shoes. I do like how they have the kind of air going through the jacket, so it's kind of being kicked up as he moves. Great attention to the motion and the just kind of animated nature of this design. I just am really taken with the overall look. I don't know what it is about Banpresto specifically, because there's so many My Hero lines I love, but each of them have eventually had a dud that I just didn't care for. All the Banprestos I've ever gotten, I've appreciated and enjoyed, and I don't know if it's the price or the quality, but I think they're just really solid at what they do.